Oh shit.
So, welcome everyone to Mage 20X. The darkness binds. Today, Bentley, who was once known as Cole, is now kind of trying to find where the VAs are hanging out in this crazy Horizon realm. He's basically going to wander around where he was directed to by his grandfather. A little bit confused, so he might have forgotten the directions due to an ailment of his. So he seems a little bit lost as he's just kind of going around the Horizon realm, looking a little bewildered and confused. His posture is a little bit down. He's kind of keeps his head up and is looking around, and he actually has his notebook out and he's like almost drawing a map of the place as he's moving through.
As you look down at the map that you drew, you see that the lines part, and instead of just making some random drawing,
the lines part.
Like you're drawing something and they break apart and are like reconnecting into a different drawing.
And he's like, that's weird. And he just kind of flips it over and so I guess it's that way. So he'll make a left.
As you're going around and looking, you can tell that the traditions have pretty much separated themselves and their work and play spaces. For instance, the Akashic Brotherhood have a Shinto-esque temple that has like a koi pond and rock garden and a Zen garden behind it. The Verbena have just 8 standing stones and like a couple of chairs, like in a grassy field.
How big is this place, and like what does it look like when walking in between these areas?
Well, you're pretty sure that this place is maybe 600 yards by 300 yards.
Christ.
And the spots between the traditions looks like just a normal hardwood floor, and then when it reaches a certain point, it transitions into whatever the traditions wish for it to be. The Cult of Ecstasy looks like some new age rave club.
Of course it does. So we'll say he just passed by the Cult of Ecstasy, and he'll actually see if there's anyone there that he can talk to.
Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of people in there, including a Viking-esque guy that looks like he's making something. Like he's got like this blue paste that he's trying to make.
Well, he'll walk over there and he'll say, "Hey there. I'm a little bit lost. Do you know where the virtual adepts are at?" Oh, Ivan.
Oh yeah, you go further down and into Horizon Realm.
Oh, further down, so that way.
Yes.
Ah, gotcha. What you making there, if I might ask?
Woad.
Woad?
Woad.
Sounds familiar.
It is a enhancing chemical paste that, when speared on the body, causes various things to happen.
That's pretty nifty. Must help with must be fun in those parties. And helps on the battlefield, huh?
Would not give to party unless you are thinking to have one of the mosh pits.
Oh, gotcha. Well, thanks for the help, Ivan.
No problem. You have a nice day.
And he'll give a nod towards, and he'll turn around and walk towards the inner part of the Horizon Realm.
You noticed that when you walked into the building, like music like assaulted your ears as soon as you were in it, and it's a whole bunch of just different music from Shangri-La-esque music to thumping techno to yodeling even somewhere in the background.
Nice.
But as soon as you pass through the doors going out, you can't hear the music anymore.
Neat stuff. Wonder how they do that. Well, he'll continue. He'll kind of make note of that, and he'll continue trying to find his way to the VAs. He'll move further into the Horizon Realm.
As you're going, you can see to your left what looks like a giant steam boiler with a door on it, and like there's cogs that turn, and like a window will open, then it'll turn, the window's closed. And beside that, you see like what looks like an internet cafe.
He'll shrug and head towards the internet cafe.
You can clearly hear like arguing from inside.
He'll say, "Oh boy," as he walks in. Like he won't disturb whatever argument is happening. He'll just kind of slip in.
You can see James St. John, Master Zhao, and John Smith all arguing with this man who's wearing a very nice suit, but looks really thin and possibly on the malnourished side.
Ooh.
Don't care what you're doing in there. Don't care. If you die, we have to replace you. And we don't want to do that. And like Master Giles is kind of sitting, like actually just kind of floating and like sitting in a lotus position, just shaking his head. Like he does not want to be here at all.
So he'll just kind of look around. What is it? So where is this situated in reference to the internet cafe?
There's a giant. Have you played? Well, let me describe it. There's like this egg-shaped, dome-ish bubble, and inside it is a seat with a screen that is in there.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Very high tech. Like you're not sure like what that is, but it looks neat.
I'm guessing there's a little bit of hypertech in there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they're just sitting there arguing with him, and he's just looking at them. And then Master Zowl like occasionally like pokes Dr. Caspian and hands him like a rice ball to eat.
Well, since it's mainly seems to be James St. John and Dr. Caspian arguing, he's going to go over to Master Zhao and say, "Is everything okay over here?"
Oh, you are the apprentice's friend. Yes, Dr. Caspian just forgets to eat a lot.
Yeah, he doesn't look very healthy. Hope he's
Well,
okay.
he hasn't figured out how to upload his consciousness into his digital horizon realm that he is attempting to make. And he's like big air quotes like around that.
Right. So kind of like guess he's trying to go for that whole thing. He just kind of chuckles to himself. Some of those big important rich guys I remember those stories.
Oh, you mean like Dr. Caspian?
Well,
You know, he helped found Microsoft back in the day.
really, I didn't know that.
Yes, he was some kind of silent partner that helped with the technology end of it.
Is this sort of thing feasible? Well, I'm guessing with this kind of stuff, it is feasible now, but
He just like shrugs. I do not know. This is far beyond my area of expertise.
well, just thought I'd come take a look around. This seems to be the place where my grandpa is a membership of. You notice that his sentence structure is a little bit weird, as I would notice that. His wording just seemed like his sentences make somewhat sense, but they kind of words are jumbled where they're supposed, where they're supposed to be and not supposed to be, and stuff like that.
He just figures that it's a strange foreign thing and doesn't say anything.
Don't blame him. He's going to just say, "Well, I guess I better check out introduce myself. Although maybe I should wait for the argument to end."
You eventually see that James St. John is now holding down Dr. Caspian, who struggles weakly, like, no, stop. Go away.
Not the tentacles.
While John Smith is like force feeding him different foods. And like and then like they just let him go and walk away, like with sounds of disgust, like we have to do this every week.
Why doesn't he set up like an automatic feeder?
So just like shrugs his shoulders. I'm surprised he hasn't figured out how to ward us from getting in here, to be quite honest.
Maybe there's some subconscious wuckaboo going on in there. He just shrugs.
And after being force fed it, he looks mighty healthy, as if maybe that was enriched food of some kind.
Well, he looks a lot better now. Damn.
That happens to be the case when you force feed someone a week's worth of food in about 5 minutes.
I'm guessing there was some magic involved.
Probably.
Gotcha.
They both know life to a certain extent.
I'd figured most people, Arc Masters would have at least life 3. Of some kind. So, he'll kind of say, well, I guess I better introduce myself. And he'll walk over to Dr. Caspian.
And Zal just kind of floats away, like on a cloud now, with a little dragon like sitting on the cloud, going, I can't believe we have to do this every week. Can't I just eat him next time? No. Bad zoo, and like bops the dragon. And then you see Dr. Caspian like straighten his suit and like kind of like dust himself off and look around, and there's a couple of other VAs that are like typing on computers very intently at their screen, as if they are trying to say I saw nothing with just body language.
I'll just say, hey there, everything okay?
Oh, just arguments with colleagues.
I guess that happens from time to time.
So, I was wondering if you were going to wake up. Your grandfather was a very important man when he was younger.
Was he? What was he up to?
He was the one that discovered that the strange chemical and metal that was used was some kind of prime metal and chemical X used to make cameras, though we still haven't been able to duplicate these things.
Well, I didn't tell me about that part, but me and him have been trying to work on getting cameras inside phones and stuff like that. It's been a little bit of a weird project though. Phones keep blowing up.
That they would. Um, and I'm not even going to ask you where you're getting the Chemical X from.
Well, he is my grandpa.
But he's gotten more withdrawn. He doesn't visit as often, though. With you staying with him, I can kind of understand why.
We do our best to take care of each other. Name's Bentley, by the way, and he puts out his hand to shake. I'm assuming you already knew that, though.
Yes, I was instructed when you first awakened by your grandfather, and then he's probably, and he shakes your hand, probably in the back in one of the testing facilities.
Well, does he usually hang around here? Or does he hang out back at home?
Well, now that he doesn't have to stay at home with you and watch you, probably he'll spend a lot of time in a lab.
That'd be great. I guess that's something I want to do too. Love making stuff with him, if possible.
Well, you're more than welcome to stay here. We of course have rooms in the upper floors.
Awesome. Your name was?
Ah, yes, I am Dr. Caspian.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Caspian.
And then the little shit was that? And then like your little spider like holds up like a little sign, and it goes and it goes, and then green letters show up, and it's an anonymous mask with G3T S U with an umlaut M, like in green letters still, and then like points to that guy.
Get some?
He just turns around and looks at you. Oh, are you a hacker to be able to pull that name out of the air?
No, little friend here.
He looks at it. It's an awakened spider. It's an awakened net spider. You see him pull out like something, and he like wipes it across his sleeve, and a little screen pops up, and he starts typing on it. And the spider like violently shakes and like puts like a bomb symbol up and then a 3, and then he like backs off. Okay.
Whoa. What? Like if it goes to 2, he's throwing his phone to the couch or something.
No, it just he puts up 3, and Dr. Caspian like goes, oh no.
Yeah, whoa. Hey.
And the spider's like shaking like two legs at him.
Is there something wrong here? I'm not exactly.
I was trying to see what he was doing on your phone,
Well,
and he did not like that.
Well,
and just threatened to blow up our server.
Really? What? Come on, pal. What's going on with you?
He's still shaking two little fists at Dr. Caspian, and then brings up 2 others, and like he's gonna box with him.
He kind of chuckles at that. Well, he kind of was the one who helped me, I guess, through my awakening. So, he's been quite the helpful friend ever since. And I guess, what my grandpa call it, a helpful focus.
Yes. Um, and with a mind of his own.
Yeah, but I guess that's what gives him charm. Is this going to be a problem?
No, shouldn't be.
All right, cool. Well, maybe you and I can learn. I don't think Dr. Caspian here is a threat to you anymore, buddy.
He's still kind of like, it's like the old school like boxing though, like with one fist like out and the other like next to his cheek.
Well, I think he's a little bit jittered. Well, you go calm down. And he like locks the phone and puts it in his pocket.
As you lock the phone, like a symbol of like an F and then a U goes up and then the phone locks.
He just shakes his head and puts it in his pocket. Sorry about that.
No problem. Seems really protective of that phone.
Well, I guess he was born out of it, so it makes sense.
True.
So what's there to do around here?
Work, learn, play video games.
That guy I met earlier would probably like this place. Quite a bit. I didn't catch his name, though. I think,
well, with so many people awakening, it's turning out that we're filling the chantry up for the first time in a long time.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, we've only got like a 20% capacity at the moment.
Oh, that's true. There were a lot of empty places. So what do you, if I may ask, what do you guys at the Virtual Adepts do? Like what are you guys all about? Philosophically speaking, I guess.
Well, you had to ask me about philosophy and Virtual Adepts.
I'm Adam. I'm going to talk about philosophy.
I know. I should have boned up more.
It's okay. You don't have to, though. I mean, up to you.
So, have you ever questioned what's real?
Not necessarily what's real, but I always got the sense that something was wrong.
All right, well, if the world is made of a code and we can change the code to match what our needs are without breaking it, we don't have harmful side effects or viruses attack us. Yeah?
Yeah, if you can do it properly. Hopefully reality doesn't have too big of a firewall.
Well, that's what we are trying to do. We're trying to learn what is real. Mostly through the use of technology.
Do you have anyone in here that doesn't use technology? Just curious.
No, not really. Not that I can think of. We're pretty much, just a loose-knit group of guys that talk about things and have a little bit of overlapping, which is why we are a tradition, I guess.
Well, sounds very calm. I'm guessing do you guys have a formal structure, or
Oh no. Oh no. The closest we have is a merit respecting type of thing. People that can do more and can give more, you listen to them.
So it's kind of based upon how other people feel about the person determines, I guess, and he kind of puts in air quotes, position.
More like a meritocracy,
Oh, meritocracy. Yeah, that makes sense.
but without any true like structure to it. Like we all get together, we say, we talk, then we go our separate ways. We come back together and use each other as sounding boards.
Guess that's a good idea. Don't want to create too many echo chambers. You gotta love those subreddits sometimes. But anyway, thanks for showing me around. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Quick word of advice. You'll sometimes see things in this room that don't leave this room. And you'll know what I'm talking about.
Okay. I'll try and see what that means.
If you don't see it, it's all good. But if you catch like some faces that you don't recognize, don't question it. You know, worldwide body of hackers and whatnot.
Fair enough. By the way, is there anything else I should probably know about?
The Cult of Ecstasy look like idiots. However, it'd be best to not mess with them too much. Our arch militant is the head of the Cult of Ecstasy.
Yeah, I've met him a couple times. He seems interesting.
Cult of Ecstasy is all about new experiences and different highs to see the truth. His truth lies in woad-induced visions while fighting.
So that's why I was making woad earlier.
New Age Viking.
Well, at least he lives up to the part. And definitely, he seems like a nice guy, but you don't fuck with him, that's for sure. At least that's the impression I got.
It's a good impression to have. Also, the Guardians of the Horizon Realm report directly to him. So, not sure why. There are other older and more powerful people here, but that's who they chose.
Well, I guess choice is a big thing.
You'll see a couple of them every now and then. They don't like to show off too terribly much. There's the giant mecha that you'll see every once in a while. There's a giant dragon and a as John would call it, an angel of the Lord.
Whoa. I haven't seen those yet.
Well, just keep looking around, wander around. Eventually you'll see them off in the distance.
Alrighty, cool. Definitely, man, you don't really believe it until you believe it, right?
Yeah, that's how it goes. That's why people aren't yet awakened. It's because they can't believe. And when they do believe, or can believe, a lot of them do awaken.
Must be a trick to it. For me, it just kind of happened.
Well, the Thanatos have a trick to it, but that kind of trick's not something it's very pleasant.
Well, maybe I'll learn more about it one day, but I think after getting lost and having my head filled with all this information, I think I need to just chill with my grandpa.
All right.
Said he was in the back?
Yep.
All right, cool. Thank you, Dr. Caspian.
And we are going to switch over to...
Yep, I was about to say.
Satoshi. quiet. Don't see any ghosts or anything. Like, you've had the best night sleep that you've ever had here.
He's gonna go try to find Master Zale.
He's once again sitting in like his little patch of sunlight.
He's gonna walk over to him and just kind of say, is there something protecting this place?
Oh, yes, of course. There are the 3 guardians. As well as, I guess you can best call them stormtroopers. Though Space Marine may also apply.
Looks really confused. He's just gonna kind of nod and say, do those sections deal with ghosts of that sort?
Oh yes, the Archangel does not like ghosts, as they have not gone to either heaven or hell, and it virulently kicks the shite out of, or he doesn't say shite, he says something else. It virulently kicks the life out of them and forces them away.
And the same for spirits?
I believe so. The Guardians are very thorough in keeping anything out that shouldn't come in. And they tend to decide what shouldn't come in, as they've been here longer than any of us.
He nods.
This was once a, how do you say, werewolf cairn, yes, at one point. And we took it back in the, I want to say 1700s. And by we, I mean mages.
He nods. I was curious because I hadn't dealt with any of them for a while. They seem to be particularly fond of my presence, so.
Well, if you miss them, all you have to do is leave and go out the door that you came in.
No, I definitely do not miss them. Do you know of any ways to help a ghost to move on?
That is not my area of expertise. Who's the seat of spirit? I can't remember now. Hermes' forces. Thanatos is that.
Pretty sure it would be Dream Speakers.
Yes, the Dream Speakers are. You could go and talk to the Dream Speakers, though, the Dark One is different, let us say.
He nods and says, I'll... Different how?
I'm not quite sure it's human anymore. It definitely does not look human.
He looks really curious. But then just sort of nods. Says, okay. Do you know where this dark one is then?
Most probably in the middle of the standing stones. If you go out the temple, turn left, you'll have to walk a good little piece, but you'll see 6 standing stones. Kind of like that you would see with, it's either 6 or 8, I can't remember. Don't go there much. He tends to give even me the creeps. But there is a Stonehenge-like area, grassy hill, with a it almost looks like a hobbit door at the base, and on top of that there's chairs where they tend to meet and talk. He'll probably be at the top doing his, one second while I look this word up. I always forget what it is. He's probably looking through his Haruspicnia. Though I think you may know it as anthropomancy.
He sort of nods his head. Says, thank you for telling me this. But I need to go speak with him.
Well then. Go ahead and try not to be violently ill when you see what he's doing for the first time.
By that tone, I'm assuming it's some sort of sacrifice.
Very gruesome. But with what he does, his divination has never proved wrong.
He nods.
Just continues to sit in the sun, petting his little dragon.
He bows and heads out to the standing stones.
Well, when you get over there, it's like a green rolling hill with stones on top of it, and why, yes, it looks like a hobbit door from like the movie. Big round door at the bottom of the hill. And I've got to find his picture real quick. QR. But you see, an elfin is the best way to describe it, because you've seen some of the like, you've done research and stuff, like you have lores
On Elven?
Oh yeah, that's what Melvin has. Never mind.
'Cause
The guy that could tell you everything isn't here. Never mind.
It's my dude does not do that stuff.
Oh, if only I was there.
I mean, look, they ate dinner and shit together. Like Satoshi would have just been like, "Yo, here's my number."
Yeah, he would have traded numbers with you.
He doesn't know that you know anything with Elvish stuff, so. Pepperoni. I want some pepperoni pizza now. Fuck.
I should use correspondence too and send you some.
That would be amazing.
So yeah, you see this figure standing at the top of the hill. And did you hear this soft mewling sound of something in pain as well?
Great. Yeah, he's gonna wait until it's either done or until he's acknowledged, which is probably gonna be when it's done.
Let's see how unlucky you are, shall we?
Bring it on.
Gotta sign in. Gotta go to a dice room. Oh. You, down there. What do you want? Shut up. He hasn't, turned to face you, because all you're seeing is, the back. But he obviously heard you, come up.
I was told that you were the one to speak to when it regarded spirits and ghosts.
Ah, yes, come up here. I do not wish to keep screaming at you. It is impolite.
And he'll walk up.
Dude is elbow deep in some dude's abdomen, and is pulling out the intestines and running them through his hand, looking at them, shoving them back in, and pulling out another section. And I'm gonna need you to make me a will roll. Difficulty 7, because this is pretty gruesome.
Okay, let me. I don't remember the dice room. Damn.
While you're getting the dice room up, there's this dude tied to a stone table that has grooves in it where the blood slides down and goes into a bucket, a wooden bucket, as it escapes. And there's a ebony, not ebony, obsidian bladed knife at the head of the table, and the dude's bound hand and foot and has a big gag stuffed in his mouth.
Oh man, that's not kosher. Check how much What power this broski has.
Sounds more like hello.
Got a success.
So yeah, you managed to not lose your breakfast or lunch.
Woohoo!
But definitely creepy shit's going on in front of you. Now then, what were you wanting to ask me as he continues to look through the intestines?
I was curious on how to make a ghost move on.
Well, it depends. Is there a reason that he's around?
I do not really know.
Well, then I'll have to put my head together with Bior. Between the two of us, we know the most about spirits. In fact, we share the same workspace. Holy stones have been drugged from around the world to here for us to be able to do our magics. As he points to one of the stones, it has strange writing that you can't identify.
He just nods.
Bjor does not like our means, but my divination has never failed when done in this way. And we are looking for answers that are very important to our common cause. And he picks up a white linen-esque rag and wipes himself off, and then picks up the knife and slits the dude's throat. Well, I have finished what I am doing, so let us go inside and you can talk to Bior while I try to figure out where I will procure the next sacrifice. Probably not from the NYU penitentiary, though. Don't want to draw too much attention.
So much side-eye.
He doesn't so much walk as it looks like he glides across the grass almost. Like he's walking, but he's not touching the grass or not leaving footprints or anything. And, he's got a black kilt-like garment on, and bare-chested and barefoot. He goes and knocks on the door 3 times on the door sill. You hear him listen, and then he goes in. And you notice that it's a very nicely appointed little area, to be quite honest. At least this part of it doesn't have any creepy anythings, really, except for the guy that you're kind of following.
Okay.
And you'll see that he goes back to the very back of the room and knocks on a door. Bjor, someone needs your help with spirits. most likely without the need for mass human sacrifice. So you will not be needing my expertise.
Oh my god, so close to just freaking calling the cops on this dude. Fucking hell.
So Bjor sticks his head out, looks around as I pull up his picture as well. And he looks at you. Hello, how are you doing today?
I am doing well, yourself.
I was just looking through my star charts.
He nods.
You have a problem with spirits, then, and you do not wish to go with the left-handed path. I take it, as he looks between the Dark One and you.
No, I have no need or wish to do something like that.
Very well. Come in and have a seat. And the Dark One just kind of glides away, then goes down a set of steps that you didn't notice before that look like they're made of stone. And it's really creepy down there with no lights.
Bring it on.
So then, what can you tell me about this ghost that you're having problems with?
It is a child who has been following me around for quite some time now.
Well, that's going to make it very difficult then. Children are hard to get rid of. Is there anything else you can tell me? The more that you know and can tell me, the easier it will be for me to find the quest in the stars.
His name is Francis. I'm unsure why he was in Japan, but that is where he was. But he was a nerdy young American.
I see. Well, that's not a lot to go on. So I'm going to need you to do some research to figure out more about this child.
If you wish to leave here, I'm sure you'd be able to speak with him. He doesn't leave my presence often. And
He like sadly shakes his head. If I were to leave this area, let us just say that the spirits would swarm in attempt to break the wards to get in here. Race as well, they kind of frown upon men that can send them away. Women too, for that matter.
nods. The only thing this dude seems to know how to freaking do is nod.
Well, I'm going to need, history, parents. You can probably tell me his nationality. I'm going to need to know when he died, where he died, and all of that. If we are to do this kind of removal. Or you could see about it. Well, that only he kind of thinks and like he's absentmindedly like turning a globe, and you can see on the ceiling when he turns it that the stars change with it. Like there's stars and constellations up on the ceiling. If it was an area, John Smith could maybe help you for a favor or two.
Who?
The Archmage, John Smith.
I'm quite new here. I arrived yesterday.
Well then, we have a triumvirate that leads our little gathering. John Smith of the Celestial Chorus, James St. John, leader of the Athanatos, and Master Zhao Yu, leader of the Akashic Brotherhood. All are ancient men who have had years and years to study their craft and have chosen not to leave this mortal coil to go do whatever the Ascended do.
It's clear that he didn't really understand that, but he's not going to say that he didn't understand that. He's just going to kind of nod his head.
He looks like embarrassed. I'm sorry, I don't know any other way to explain that, because it is the way it was explained to me when I took over this seat that I occupy. Most of them, Master Zhao likes to teach. James St. John goes about Uthanatos' business and keeps Uthanatos from finding Jor or from causing too much of a havoc in this state, in the surrounding states. And John's just a mystery to all of us. He's very old, very wise, and likes to collect books. I wish I could help you more, but this is what I know. I stay out of politics as much as feasible for someone in my predicament.
He sort of smiles and nods again and says, I understand. By the way, thank you for your help.
You're welcome. I wish I could help you more, but I need more information than what you currently have to get rid of your spirit.
Of course. I shall go speak to him shortly then. And hopefully return back to you soon.
Well, have a good journey.
And you as well.
And he just waves you goodbye, the meeting's done, and goes back to looking at the stars and writing down notes.
He heads on out. Just to wanna see what'll happen. He'll message what the fuck is it? Bentley. The simple hello.
He'll just send back, "Oh hey, what's up?" Question mark.
Nothing much. I was curious to see how your day was doing or going. I think that's the correct way to say it in English.
Got a little lost, but looks like I found my way. Hanging out at the internet cafe here.
And there's one of those here?
Apparently it's where the adepts hang out.
Curious.
Needed anything? Question mark.
I was simply wondering, because it seems that we are both new here, if you... I'm not sure if explore is the right word. But I have a few things that need to be done, and I was curious if you wanted to come along for the experience. Perhaps you could tell me about all of is here as well.
Well, I probably know just about as much as you, but I was told some things, so I guess I could help you out with that. Sure. Do you want me to come to you, or do you want to meet up somewhere?
Outside of this realm, perhaps?
Sure. How about just outside the exit where the library is? We'll meet there.
That sounds wonderful. Thank you.
You'll just type "woo" with an exclamation point. Meet you there.
I'll just
And then
send up. Oh, my bad.
then he'll say, "Well, Gramps, one of the new mages wanted to hang out and needed some help with things. And if I go out and help him out?"
He just like waves you away. Yes, yes, yes. Now, if we connect this cord to their Zod, damn it.
Here, try putting it towards the X and the Z, and then get back to me on that.
Oh, interesting. And he goes back to tinkering.
And then he'll head out and meet up with Satoshi at the exit. Just kind of hanging out, probably by some library books.
Satoshi's there. He looks really awkward, honestly. Like he was kind of, taken out of his home and just thrown somewhere else, almost.
So you seem, how's the right word, as he walks up. Definitely electrifying resonance with a little bit of, he seems pretty calm overall.
I would like to say that on your way out, both of you saw, like, on the periphery of your vision, a large mech, which looks like Gatling guns, as weapons.
He's not even gonna question it at this point. He's just kind of like, I'm fucking done. Whatever.
Bentley probably looks up at that and just goes, "Whoa. I gotta write that down. He just kind of has a not bad face and then just focuses back. He would focus back to Satoshi. Anyway. Then he looks towards where it was. Damn. Anyway. I lost my focus. What was I trying to say?
Hello?
Right. So you seem a little bit, are you from here?
No, I am not.
That explains it. Well, I might as well give you a tour. Where are you from exactly? As he kind of walks with you.
And
Japan. Oh. Over there. This time of year.
beautiful, as always.
Nice. Well, hopefully New York will be to your liking, and who knows, maybe we can find a way to help you get back home. Or connect home to, and he kind of points back to the exit other home.
Kind of wrinkles his nose and says, there's too much noise here.
Well, you get used to it after a while. It does get really freaking noisy, although we can go to one of the other boroughs where it's less busy. This is Manhattan. So you're gonna get a lot of cars, a lot of talking, a lot of people, a lot of cranes. Busy, 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 busy. This is one of the biggest economic trade centers of the world, so you're gonna have a little bit of noise.
I understand this, but it doesn't change the fact that it is noisy.
No, it doesn't. Maybe we'll learn some stuff to be able to acclimate to that.
Indeed.
Grandpa started teaching me some tricks, although I'm not sure what you believe. I guess that'll be a conversation for another time. He'll kind of take you outside of the library and kind of he'll probably start walking down the street and taking you towards my knowledge of New York, he'll kind of take you towards the east side, towards the lake or the river, and says, "Well, I'm gonna be taking you towards the coast or the river, and from there we can head to Queens if you want, or really anywhere. Where did you like to visit in Japan?"
Look up like hand places. Well, let's see. And I'm typing and I'm Googling. I'll get a name. Give me a moment.
He'll rephrase that question and he'll say, "What kind of places did you like to visit in Japan?"
Honestly, I preferred the little village where I was born. It was beautifully. It was in a forest.
Well, the closest thing to forest would probably be Central Park, but we can't go there. He's kind of thinking to himself, "Aha, I know where we could go. Here, follow me."
Why
And
can we? Why can we not go to Central Park?
I don't want to give the details in public, but I'll just say this: there are hair-covered death machines there, and they apparently don't like us.
It looks like he wants to say something, but he's just keeping quiet. He'll just nod his head slightly. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but what I think we can do is there's some nice old buildings I used to hang out with at Hunts Point. A little bit of a ways, but if we catch the subway, we could get hit there pretty quickly. Oh yeah, and I could show you the subway. You take the subway?
Nods.
Well,
I did go to Tokyo and several other places. I understand what subways are. And
cool.
bullet trains and things of that nature.
Never been on a bullet train personally. How fast do those go?
I do not know the specific miles per hour, but they're, well, obviously they're called bullet trains for a reason.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. Anyway, and he kind of starts taking the steps down towards the subway, and basically he's just gonna lead him to old hangouts in northern. It's north of Rikers Island, Hunts Point. Kind of, there's a park there called Soundview Park. He's gonna take him there. There's some old houses there, grog, and the lake.
You said park?
Well, did they say any park or Central Park?
I said Central Park,
Yeah,
which you
so-
must obviously never go to.
Yeah. So
Unless you are Jasper Gray, in which case, fuck the police.
yeah, he'll take you to Soundview Park. There's some nice like buildings there, and it seems kind of homey.
Does Francis show up?
Yep. Hey, where you been? Where you been? Where you been? Who's the lady with you?
That is a man?
No, not him. The other one. The lady.
Oh. She around too?
Paul looks shocked.
So, someone's hugging you again, Satoshi.
We're gonna have to find a way to explain that.
Satoshi is of the knowledge if you ignore it, it will eventually go away. So he'll just look back to Francis and say, did she say what? I can't remember. What did she say that she was?
His avatar. His one true love. In love with you.
He's good with just the avatar. So he'll say, she says that she is my avatar.
Oh, I mean, that's cool, I guess. And he kind of like edges away almost. And cause it's funny,
Oh, no.
hey Bentley, there's a weird lady hugging all over Satoshi
Exactly.
that
That's what
wasn't there a second ago.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he acted out. He like got shocked when he turned around and saw her, and then he goes, "Okay, hi."
Hello, how are you doing? You must be one of Satoshi's little friends.
Yeah, I guess we're friends, right? He kind of cracks an awkward smile.
I believe so.
Good. Yes, I guess I am one of Satoshi's friends. Who are you?
Oh, I'm just the love of Satoshi's life. It's okay.
Kind of looks at Satoshi. Looks at Death. Hey, just how are people reacting around?
It's New York.
It's
I
New
mean,
York. I guess he says to himself, you know what? This doesn't really need to be explained here. Just follow me. Just make sure we're on the train not to make a fuss.
We'll just sort of nod. And that's, oh man, we're out in I thought we were still in the,
No, I was saying like we were walking outside and...
Okay, because I thought we were still in the park.
Oh, I thought we haven't gone to the park yet.
I thought we were at the Okay.
Oh, I'm so confused. Okay.
You've
we'll
confused
say-
the ST as well.
We'll say that we're at the park. We're at the park. We're at the park. We're at the park.
We're all fucking confused now. We're not soldiers. We're all confused. Okay. So like at the park, Hoshi will just kind of look to Francis, and then he'll stop. And so he doesn't look like he's crazy. He wants Bentley to be able to see Francis as well.
Ooh. Do you want 6 dice or possibly more?
I think we just go with 6 dice.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to use my big thing and like end up in the Shadowlands again.
I mean, nothing could go wrong, right?
Shadowlands. Everything goes wrong in the Shadowlands. It's called the Shadowlands for a reason.
Well, that's
Not called Happy Funland.
well, that's enough for him to see him for a round. Also, I think that should have been difficulty 6. So that would have been 2 successes. Because you need...
Only need Spirit 1. Sea Spirits.
Yeah, but you're trying to give someone else the ability to see spirits.
No.
And to affect others, that's 3.
Really? I thought it was just 1 up higher. Oh well. Oh no. It's
2
weird.
is you, 3 is others, 4 is cosmically change. 4 and up is like, I'm gonna change everything.
Okay.
That's time fucking.
Please, let's not use time again.
Hey, I
Yes.
used it right. I integrated myself back into time.
Dude, we'll just go fucking party with Winkle. It'll be great. Dude, who doesn't want to party with Winkle? Honestly, though.
I'm not saying nothing.
James St. John, he doesn't want to party with Wrinkle.
Fuck those guys. I want to party with Winkle. Yeah. We should probably honestly stop fucking with time. But anyway. So he'll just wait for Bentley's reaction and if he can see Francis or not.
Yeah, you can see Francis. And other things.
There's probably a lot of other things around Satoshi. He's trying to ignore those too.
You have a lot more friends than I do, that's for sure.
You
look around. Damn.
How many other things are there, actually?
You haven't been standing here long. There's like 4 other spirits kind of just watching you. Like, they're not really bothering you. Because it's New York. And, well, they're New Yorker spirits.
He'll look back to Bentley and just kind of shrug. So yeah, that's pretty normal.
Yeah. What are they? Are they what I think they are?
Are they wraiths or are they spirits?
They are spirits. There are no wraiths bothering you right now.
Except for Francis.
Yep.
Okay, so he'll say, those are spirits.
Huh. Guess I'm gonna be seeing more of those lately.
Only
seeing more things outside and inside and out.
Indeed. My apologies for asking you to come out here. I needed a quiet spot to speak to Francis, and I am unfamiliar with the geography. So I thought I would ask you.
Oh, hey. Happy to help. Least I can do. You'll just kind of say, well, you do what you got to do with Francis. I guess I'll just tinker with these instruments Grandpa gave me. He's going to kind of go to a bench, take out this cobalt blue backpack that's around him, and he's just going to start, tinkering with his instruments and starting to integrate them into his practice.
I'll look over and just say, if you have any video games, they will not turn on around Francis, so just a word of warning.
Your little pattern spider is very upset at the moment about something.
He pulls out the phone. Let me guess, you can't play any games, bud?
Yeah. Little symbol for Candy Crush and then a sad face.
He's actually going to say, like, here, let's see if we can find a way around that. And he'll actually start working with the pattern spider to try and find a way to have the video games work, even though Francis is there.
Francis always causing some problems. As they're doing that, Satoshi will kind of look towards Francis and say, I need to ask you several questions.
Okay. What you got?
When did you die?
I don't know.
You don't know.
Nope.
Okay. Do you know your full name?
One second while I look up. Your little ghosty friend. Mrs. McGregor.
McGregor? Sorry, I was saying, because when he says McGregor, all I could think of is Conor McGregor. So I just see this kind of. Okay. So he'll look, nod. Shit, what were some of the other questions? I can't remember.
Where he died?
Oh yes. Thank you. Do you remember where you died?
It was on a train. Which is why I never saw the light or something. I don't know.
Do you know which Providence?
Oh, it was the one where the Koga Ninja were from.
I don't know where those were from. I think Satoshi would know though.
I mean, he's from Japan.
I would hope he knows.
If he doesn't, I'm gonna have to ask you to lower your intelligence.
I would hope not, because I like that intelligence 4. And I love that intelligence spec. It's just sheer brilliance. If I can come at me, bro. Okay, so I guess he knows where that is, whatever Providence, and so he'll just kind of note that down mentally. Did you have any unfinished business, Francis?
Yeah, me and Dad were, we were going up into this mountain, and then we had to flee. Something was following us. It was bad.
And that is why you were on a train?
No, I got on the train, but I couldn't find Daddy.
He nods, because he's not any sort of good with tech. He'll actually look over to Bentley. Lovely, lovely Bentley. And he'll just say, do you mind looking up a Francis McGregor?
Francis McGregor? Hold on. He'll pull out a like a small laptop out of his backpack, and he'll pull it out, and he'll start looking up, and he'll look up. Hopefully, they're not a million Francis McGregors. And he'll, can you at least give me like country where he's from? Does he know?
He'll just look to Francis and then kind of gesture over to Bentley. That sort, in that sort of, well, answer the man gesture.
Mommy was from France and Daddy was from Scotland.
What about you, though? Where did you live?
Between the two.
France and England?
France and Scotland, sir.
Oh, France and Scotland. So that would be... Okay. So the UK, eh? All right. Francis McGregor, United Kingdom.
Well, then I'm gonna need you to give me...
He's gonna use like a VPN and stuff like that.
Investigation intelligence?
All right. Tiff?
You don't got a lot to go on, so I'm gonna say 7.
All right. Can I make an extended action?
Sure. Botching, however, is going to give me fun times.
All right. He's gonna use a VPN and stuff like that, and hide his search.
Guys, he's going to the
I did
second.
Yes! Yes!
He didn't botch, though. He got a 10.
Oh, I got a 10.
Oh.
So I can try again, right?
Yes, you could try again.
He went to the second page of Google. Now on to the third page.
4 successes.
Holy shit, the third page of Google is doing great today.
Thank God. Okay, I think I might have got some.
So that's a total of 3 successes.
We'll go with that.
Apparently, there was some ruckus about a family man taking his son up into the mountains, and he was later found near starved to death in the woods, terrified and kind of out of his mind about something chasing him and his son in the dark, and is currently in a hospital, or not a hospital. The last entry you found on him, he was in a hospital, and he never turned off special lights that gave off UV rays.
Huh. Guys, my cat's trying to go for the pizza box. I'll be right back. I'm sorry.
It has the pizza.
Bro, let the cat have the pizza. Man, the cat just wants some pizza. Come on, Adam. There was nothing wrong.
Next, it's gonna say that he doesn't love cheeseburger.
Oh my god. How horrible. Oh, how about them, the sports ball teams?
I heard that the ref made a controversial call.
Is that bad?
Hey.
I honestly, I don't do, sports balls. So I do not know. It sounds bad, though. Didn't, like, they get a touchdown or something, too?
So sorry, guys. Okay. Left some food out for her. So, I find this story about a man in the woods going on a trip in the mountains, chased by a furry thing.
No, he didn't say what he was chased by. He just said that
Alright.
it only chased them at night.
Chased them at night. Hey, Satoshi, come take a look at this.
And he shall walk over there and look at it.
Look. I think this is him. Apparently he was, well, he was found. His father was found, I think, malnourished and starved. What was it about the UV lights?
While he was in the hospital, he never allowed UV lights to be turned off from around him. Like he ordered them, bought them, and like had them shipped in like the same day that he woke up.
UV lights.
Can I roll some occult or
Sure.
something? And if it helps, I have esoteric demon knowledge. Oh,
That does not help. No.
I got a pretty nice dice pool for this.
This is just a general occult roll, so we're gonna go with difficulty 8.
Yeah, to try to figure out what the all means.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do a occult roll too?
Sure. Ooh. Aw, damn.
I just failed.
I managed to get
What
one.
the? So salty.
He's like, you're salty. And I'm like, yeah, he botches. And then it's like, oh, can't give them false information. So, with one success, there's a lot of things that go bump in the night. Possibly some weird things that only happen in Japan, but you know, you kind of like left scratching your head, like, yeah, it's definitely weird enough to probably be something supernatural.
He'll say then, he'll just Google this, or he'll go on a different search engine, and he'll search creatures at night, or occult creatures injured by UV light. Where or wary of UV light. That's kind of weird that he'll say, like, it's kind of weird that he would buy UV lights the day after. Gramps was telling me that there pretty much everything out there exists. So.
Well,
You want me to roll?
Yeah.
You want me to do like intelligence computer or
intelligence investigation?
Okay. Diff.
It's so vague. 8. Like you're just real vague.
One success.
Well, with one success, certain spirits could maybe be like that. If there are skinwalkers don't make sense, but they don't like bright light. Your brain goes, well, vampires apparently hate sunlight, but I don't know about UV light.
As far as I know, I don't know about vampires, but there's skinwalkers, certain spirits. I don't know. Can I keep continuing the search?
Sure.
It was like one big extended action. Like it would be diff 9 then, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna plug his phone into the computer.
God damn it.
And he's gonna say, "Hey, buddy, I'm looking for some kind of at least hint on some kind of creature at night, maybe affected by UV light. Think you can help me out here? I'm having trouble narrowing down the search."
Yes, that so.
And he'll help him.
Going through all of his lores. He comes back with like a whole bunch of just random information, just random things that it could be. Like you've got like such a broad like thing that it could be a lot of different things.
He'll then look up the mountains, like the mountains that they like the location of the mountains that he reportedly saw him from, and in that area, what like the myths and legends are of that area, and and ask him to focus it down that way.
There you go.
And see what pops up.
Yeah, this will end up being an extended roll now, though.
And he'll help him. I love doing computer stuff.
Alright, so there's tales of a woman in white, tales of an undead warlord or a warlord that died in those hills with a lot of unsolved issues. There's also the fact that the Koga Ninja were supposedly lived up in those hills as well.
What kind of ninjas?
Koga.
Koga ninjas.
And they did some not so nice things. Various kami are said to have lived there, including the old man in the mountain.
Anything else?
And there's weird reports about there have been like possibly like a cannibal man living up there. And that brings you to looking around, and eventually he stumbles on Wendigo.
Wendigos are weakened by UV light?
Wendigos apparently don't like sunlight.
They don't like sunlight.
And then I'm gonna give him a difficulty 10. He needs 3 successes for this, but
And I'll help him.
I'll drop it. No, I'm not gonna drop it to anything less than 10.
Okay.
Cause
any extra dice for him?
I'll give him 1 extra die just because you have enough intelligence to warrant that.
Cool. I'm getting all I can get here, Kim. I'm trying.
It's all good. Yes. Because, I mean, then we could probably just ask all the fucking spirits that are around him. Yeah. We could do this. Teamwork.
Yeah, the spirits are just like normal, random, like dudes, so they got nothing.
How was the pattern spider's roll?
Oh, that was all the information you got from the pattern spider.
Okay.
Because he had enough lures to actually get enough to give you like concrete, like these are things in the area.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Wow. Well, sounds like the Wendigo or the cannibal guy could be the best bet. Probably the same thing. I don't think it would be the lady. Could be the ninjas. But Yeah, Satoshi, that's pretty much all I've gotten so far. So it seems like your friend here might have been killed by a supernatural creature.
If I remember right, the Wendigo is an American thing, but we have what is known as a. And I'm so sorry because I'm gonna fucking butcher this name.
Yep.
The Jik Inenki.
Can you spell that?
Jinki. But it's pronounced.
Chikininki.
Yes. It's pronounced differently in modern Japanese, though. But if I remember correctly, it is basically the Japanese version of the Wendigo.
Are the spirits of greedy, selfish, or impious individuals who are cursed after death to seek out and eat human corpses.
They are not pleasant.
Sounds similar to the Wendigo. The Wendigo, I don't know which sounds worse, to be honest.
Oh, see, bro. If it's totally like alright, because they technically are spirits, can I just, like, as a little flavor thing, say that one of them kind of stalked Satoshi for a little bit? Because that would be so fucking cool.
Yes, because trying to eat you would have been like amazing for it.
Oh, fuck yeah. Spirit Magnet 6 and shit like that?
Yeah. So let me type this down as a possibility too. I'll actually look up the Jikaninki in the database that this pattern spider gave him.
Well, let me look it up. Can anyone spell it for me real quick?
Jikinninki. Jikinninki. Something or other like that.
But it doesn't say here that they're weakened by sunlight. More like ghosts. And buddy, why would there be a Wendigo in Japan? Or like Wendigo only exclusive to Japan?
No, Wendigo are Native American.
Yeah, they are a Native American story. Basically, if a human was to cannibalize another, they would turn into a Wendigo and be cursed forever for cannibalizing another. You also said that Skinwalker was a possibility, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Skinwalker is a possibility.
That's also Native American.
Yeah, that
However,
is also Native.
Skinwalkers hunt Native Americans and kill people that get in their way.
And you're not even supposed to think about the Skinwalkers, because if you think about them, then they will come after you as well. That is why
that's a pattern spider. Doesn't give a damn.
Well, no, this is Satoshi just saying this, because I need to get a Cult 4 with a special fucking superstitions, but when I get to a Cult 4, but yeah.
On the roll of a 3 or 4, something will have heard you.
Oh, fuck.
Nope. You're good.
Oh, man.
Well, this is a lot of data. We could, is there anything else you needed to ask?
Were there any more questions that he needed to ask?
He doesn't know how he died. He doesn't know where. But you think that you found his predicament.
Mm-hmm. And his dad in the hospital, right?
No, his dad was in the hospital and then he went missing.
Oh shit. He'll look to his avatar and just kind of ask, "Do you have any hints?"
Cheaters. Cheaters.
I bought those fucking allied dots to manifest avatar for a reason.
Cheaters.
I'm like, get it.
Well, first thing she does is she whispers, "Don't ever talk about the S word again."
If you believe in those superstitions.
She, like, hugs you very tight and goes, "They're not superstitions, dear."
Look, man. Oh, go ahead.
Either way, if I remember my American geography well enough, the Native Americans didn't have a significant presence in New York. I don't see why one of those things would be around here.
Yes, but if you keep speaking that thing's name, they will hear you, and then they will begin the hunt. It may take them a while, but they will still try.
He just sort of sighs because he's pretty superstitious, so he can't really. But he's only like he believes the Japanese superstitions, but he's not gone bash on another country's superstition, so he just kind of nods.
Well, one of them wasn't hurt by sunlight, but it also never was known to travel when the sun was out, or to attack or do anything while the sun was out. She just kind of twirls her hair, thinking, I would start there and see what you can figure out from there. Though getting to Japan will be a bit difficult.
You probably shouldn't go alone. Or didn't you have a... Was there anything... Maybe we should ask one of the... I don't know. Anyone's interested in freeing ghosts? So I don't think it should just be us.
I spoke to a few others, a dream speaker and a verbena, I believe they were. And the verbena told me to ask the questions, but it seems that Francis is unable to answer them. If we are to go to Japan, and while I am very well versed in my country's superstitions and mythology, it might be best to, of course, ask Master Zhao before we go over there.
I mean, I don't want to bother Master Zhao too much, especially if he's busy with his students.
That's the funny thing now, though. I am one of his students.
Well, we could head back. I guess. So.
Oh, wait a second. I also forgot because what's his name also said it. Aha, I get a second roll. Still not a 3 or 4.
So Yeah, I don't know.
Perhaps some coffee would help. I need some caffeine in my life.
Sure. Probably a coffee shop around here somewhere. He'll go into Google Maps and find a nearby coffee shop and head there. Closes the laptop, unplugs the phone, and he kind of gives his pattern spider a high five.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy. And he'll put his phone away. Put it on his backpack and say, after you. Or, no, wait. I know where to go. This way. I'll be honest with you, Satoshi. I'm kind of lost with all this stuff. How about you?
I find it fascinating, to be honest.
Guess there's so many ways these things can manifest. I'm not really sure how to wrap my head around it.
Perhaps that is why I find it so enjoyable. It allows me to think and, well, it's another mystery.
Eh, mysteries can be fun. I just don't want to. I just don't want to piss anything off. I don't have to.
That is indeed a safe way to play it. If you do not wish to pursue this and risk your livelihood, I understand. Technically, Francis is my problem, and if needed, I will continue this search on my own. I have no wish to drag someone who doesn't wish to be dragged.
Well, at the very least, let's just get that coffee first. My head's a little bit it's a little bit like morass right now.
Indeed.
So they go to, let's see, what coffee shop is nearby.
Starbucks always.
Oh, yeah, there's always a fucking Starbucks somewhere. Oh boy. So yeah, Starbucks. And yep, we pretty much do have one in every block. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So we go inside the coffee shop.
Well, as you go inside the coffee shop, just random people going in and out getting coffee. Nothing hinky.
Coffee.
So we'll order a hot chocolate. And he'll Satoshi, what do you like?
He's been to Tokyo. They have a Starbucks somewhere in Tokyo. He's probably
They have
gone
a
there.
really big Starbucks.
So he'll get his drink will be kind of simple, maybe a little girly in some people's eyes, but fuck those people. And he'll order a caramel frappuccino. Because those things are good. But yeah, that's what he orders.
Since he has probably actual American money, he'll pay.
Oh yeah, we also need. Yeah, he'll kind of go to pay and then realizes he only.
He'll just say, "Don't worry about it," and then he'll pay the cashier. Let's get a seat somewhere. As he goes to grab his drink. when it's ready. And he'll find like a free seat that's kind of, you know, where not too many people are hovering around.
People are going by fast, and you notice a man go in, and you notice only because you have awareness now, and then go back out. Just some random dude, looks like a detective.
He'll almost look to Satoshi and then like gesture his eyes towards the direction of the detective as he drinks.
This is New York. A lot of people have died. Is there a wraith around?
Oh yeah. Very mean looking one at that. Like, it makes Francis Francis literally is hiding behind you and shivering.
Is everyone just chilling behind Satoshi today? He's got Francis and he's got his fucking avatar. So how close or far away is this dude?
Like, he's like maybe 20 feet from you.
Because Satoshi knows how rare it is for a human to actually be able to see wraiths. He's going to look directly at the wraith, make eye contact with the dude, and then kind of, he'll look back to Bentley and then kind of do the, with his hand, do the come here. So, like, okay, so kind of, okay. So he's got both elbows propped up on the table. One hand, he's holding his drink. The other hand is just kind of there, kind of holding up his head. He'll look over to the wraith, make direct eye contact, that sort of, I see you.
Mm-hmm.
Look back to Bentley, and then with that free hand still propped up on his chin, his chin is in the palm of his hand, so his fingers are free. And with one of those fingers, as he's looking to Bentley, he'll use one of those fingers in the direction of the wraith to kind of make that come here motion, trying to be all subtle and shit about it. This could go so
it's
wrong.
A human that can see me, and I see him.
I'm just drinking my hot chocolate.
No, you can see them too.
I know.
So he's gonna float his little angry ass over, look at you, look you up and down. Now that he's close, it's quite clear that it looks like he had his throat ripped out. And his skin is pale and sallow, and looks like he died violently. And your avatar just like kind of hisses at him and like kind of clutches at your clothes, like in a possessive mind kind of way.
Just waiting for those the crazy over possessive girlfriend memes to get started.
She marks you with her scent.
Well, I think she'd have to fuck them first for that to happen. I'm so really curious what happens when you fuck your avatar. That's a question for another day.
Do it.
I mean,
do it.
It's probably eventually going to happen, but Satoshi's kind of classy, and he's only known this chick for 2 days. He's not going to fuck her yet. So he'll kind of quietly whisper, he'll motion for the wraith to get a little bit lower, and then kind of whisper, Could you do me a favor and check on that detective and follow him for me? In a very, very kind of really super hella quiet whisper.
What you give me?
Depends on what you want.
Revenge. Like, he doesn't even bat an eyelash.
On who?
The thing that did this to me.
I'm gonna need more details than that.
Ugly thing. Kind of bat-like. Mouth with way too many teeth. Oh, hands. Fingers like knives. Wasn't right. Shot him in the chest like 9 times.
Fuck. Sorry.
Oh my god, this is... I'm not sure if I want to pick up this side quest. I don't know. But he's hella curious about that detective, though. But that sounds like fucking Zamise. Or something.
No,
I
that's
mean,
a
you don't
werewolf.
have vampire lore. I mean,
see, that's a BSD.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Oh, that's what I was thinking. Like, it either had to be a vampire or a beast. Or, like, some kind of fucking werewolf.
could be a Fomori.
Fuck! Ah. So he'll just... Oh, I got it. And this will be a great way to start up his whole little Wraith Kingdom. Okay. Look, that is a goal that I have on this dude. Just, like, build up a fucking kingdom of Wraiths where he's the fucking lord. Kind of mage version of Giovanni. Anyway. Kind of nix the necromancy, though. And he'll say, I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that now, but you work with me, you help me, and I'll be sure to do that when I gain enough allies and power.
Shake on it.
Like I said, this will take me a good while, so you'll have to work with me for a while.
I got all eternity. I got nothing to lose. Shake, and he holds out his hand, and you notice that like as you look at his other hand, like it looks like it's like how he died, like he is clutching a gun that he can't let go of. Like his fingers look grafted to it. But he's handing you his other hand.
Yeah, he'll... there's no way you can really make this inconspicuous. So he'll just shake the hand. He can take a couple crazy points.
Alright, as you shake his hand, a contract forms. Dun 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 dun. Side quest achieved.
Look, that's fine. This is a WoW quest. This is my first step to achieving the achievement Wraith Kingdom. It'll be fine.
So he like nods at you, pulls back the hammer on the gun, and like floats by and starts following that dude.
And Satoshi goes back to sipping his coffee.
Sure
Nonchalant.
you don't want to read that?
I created the contract and he didn't add anything new.
Oh, okay.
But now he's got him a little paranoid, so he's gonna read over the contract.
Basically, it says that if you die, you have to help him fight something of his choosing. If you're still alive and you get these allies, you have to hunt down this thing and bring justice and vengeance to it.
Okay, that's fine. Because honestly, if that's fucking BSD in New York, we're gonna eventually get to that, so that's fine. it's like one of those side quests to go raid Hellfire Citadel. It's just kind of like, yeah, I'll get this, or not Hellfire Citadel. That was way back when, like Tuma Sargeras. It's just kind of like, hey, you got this quest to go kill, what is it? Kill Jaden. It's like, well, you can't do it right now when you got the quest, but you know, raid night comes, you gonna get it.
Sure, we'll look at it that way. I like how you're the non-virtual adept, you're viewing this like a quest.
Hey, man. Look, he's not viewing it that way. He doesn't realize, you know, that this is gonna be a fucking BSD or anything like that, Zamise or something. He's just like, okay, well, look, when I get like allies and shit, I'll go do it.
Well, that was interesting.
Indeed, I didn't expect a murder quite like that here.
Shrugs. Oh, who knows? Anyways, what do you want to do about Francis? How do you want to approach this?
For right now, I'd say the best approach would be speak to Master Xiao first, and then ask him his opinion on it. Then speak to the Verbena. And then after that, I guess, try to find Francis's father. Perhaps go to Japan, though dealing with what you would call the Wendigos is not something I want to do again.
Again?
He'll nod his head.
So your experience with all this stuff.
Damn it.
Beforehand.
I'll get you yet, my pretty.
I said Wendigos, not fucking.
I know there's also
Skinwalker.
werewolves in the area.
Oh my god, we don't. That tribe sucks anyway.
True
The Wendigos
facts.
and the Uktena can just fucking go away. Silent Striders is where it's at. I don't even like werewolf. Anyway, I do. I hate werewolf. Like, it's so fucking annoying.
Changing breeds is great, though.
Oh, dude, I love changing breeds. Like, I will play a Ratkin or an Ananasi all day. Woot woot.
Anyway.
Yeah.
He'll just he'll say, well, we can, once we're done here, we can head back. I guess I'm just he kind of, Francis is there, right?
Yeah, Francis is kind of like still hiding because that was a I can't remember the spirit's name from Race, but it was the type that go around murdering.
That was probably a specter. From what it sounded like, he was just filled with rage and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And specters are like, not good. Not good.
And other spirits fear them, that's right.
Specters are bad. They're so bad.
Achievement unlocked. Possible assassin ghost.
Hella.
So, yeah, once we're done here, we can head back to back at our place and get things done. And he just kind of sips his hot chocolate. Or he starts sipping his hot chocolate.
Well, you won't get done with your drinks, and the Spectre doesn't appear back yet, so he's still apparently gathering information.
Do you want to wait for your friend, or do you want to head straight back?
We have a contract now. I'm sure he'll be able to find me wherever I go. The only problem is if we go back to the realm, they have it warded and he won't be able to get in, which could possibly piss him off.
Yeah, I don't mind waiting. I got some tinkering to do anyway.
He nods.
So he'll just take out the glasses that he's been working on, just tinkering with them at the table. Probably has it plugged into the computer and doing some programming.
So, about 2 hours go by, and then the dude shows back up. Just floats there. Alright. So, your boy hangs out with a bunch of rich kids. Also talks to the police a lot. Something's off about him, though. He ain't right.
What do you mean by that?
Too sparkly, too alive, too fiery.
Fuck, I don't think my mage knows about auras yet.
Would I know about auras at all?
Nope.
Fuck, because that's a mage!
So he'll say, huh. Sparkly. Well, I guess we could ask Master Zhao about that.
Indeed.
He'll give a nod to the Wraith.
Strafe just gives you like this death's head grin, which is really easy, considering he's dead.
He'll begin packing up his stuff.
Do you
Cool.
have a particular way for me to call you when I need of your services?
Go into any coffee shop. Ask for coffee, black with 1 sugar. I'll hear it. I'll hear it.
Coffee.
No,
Coffee. Thanks for the help.
Yeah, well, I'm getting a lot out of this if I can get this thing dead. I can move on.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Maybe. Don't know what's on the other side. No one comes back.
Maybe you just go home. Who knows?
He looks like this is like a gangbanger, and he looks like he wants to slap the shit out of you. The fuck you mean go home? I'm dead. There ain't no going home.
I don't know, figure of speech my mom liked to use. That's what she always told me, to not, be scared about dying or anything.
Oh no, be scared. Dying sucks.
Yeah. Well, wish you luck. Best wishes to you.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go do some fun things. You boys have a good evening. He just floats away.
It's an interesting guy.
when he gets out of earshot, Satoshi will look to Bentley and just kind of nod and say, he'll be useful.
He's scary.
There have to be some people in this world, otherwise there would be no balance. Either way, I believe we said we were going to speak to Master Zhao.
Yeah. Let's head back. Follow me. And we head back to the Horizon Room. And Bentley's a little paranoid, so he's gonna like make sure we're not being followed. He's gonna make sure like he's with a bunch like him and Satoshi, like when they get to Manhattan are in a bunch of crowds.
The more crowded it gets, Satoshi, the more things start gathering around you. Not all of them nice. And you barely hear over like the hum of the crowd. Yo, I heard that kid's gonna help out Nine Chains.
Oh no. Toshi's gonna look over to Bentley and just pretty much say, "We need to go fast."
Sure. Here, there's a shortcut this way. And so he'll take a different subway route. It's a little less crowded, but a lot faster.
Nods and just kind of says, "My apologies, but I'm worried that now that they know that I'm helping one of them, then they will rush me all asking for my help, and that would be rather unpleasant."
Yeah, I assume that would be. Guess I didn't think about that. Guess you have an act for these guys?
Indeed, something I've had since I was born.
Hey, hope it doesn't get to you too much.
Wraiths, not so much, but it's the other things that cause problems.
Well, I haven't had too much encounters with entities yet, but who knows?
I hope you never do. Or at least not a lot.
Well, we'll see what kind of spheres I'll be getting into. He boards the train.
Spheres?
Yeah, lingo that my dad was talking about. Think of them, I guess, as keys. There's
What?
Everything. They're aspects of reality. So you'll go into the part of the train where there are not a lot of people to talk about this, if anybody. So far, what my grandpa told me is he's saying this pretty quietly. There's prime, mind, spirit, forces matter in life, time and space, entropy, and then they go back to prime.
What is a wheel?
Sort of like a wheel, yeah. And some effects that you want to do can overlap with each other. So I gave an example like you could make someone feel better by changing their brain chemistry with life, or you could do it by affecting their consciousness with mind. So they have some overlap apparently. But that was just one example he gave. I'm still learning. Apparently I'm learning quick though, according to him, so that's good.
Intriguing. I didn't realize there was so much.
Apparently the kind of stuff we've been doing, it's like uncontrolled. We're still going through our process, I suppose.
What happens when we are finished with that?
We'll have to start studying, practicing and building our beliefs. Our friends. And he kind of points to his chest, and he'll kind of smile at death. Our friends should help us with that.
Yay, friends. Just hugging Satoshi and sitting like next to him.
He will do the most awkward kind of acknowledging shoulder pat known to man to her when she says that.
Oh, poor Satoshi. I rolled random like merits on this character, and one of them was true love.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Listen, Avatar, I don't. I'm not
It's
even.
an ally, so it gets its own character sheet.
Man.
And I didn't know what to put on it, so I was just like, fuck it, I'll roll.
Okay. Whatever. That's fine.
Sorries.
It's all good. That's cool. That is pretty cool. Just imagine your freaking avatar just, you are my one true love, and it's kind of like, but you give me magic though. People rarely, mages rarely see. Like, what? Anyway. But yeah, he'll just kind of do the shoulder pat because yeah.
The reason that I did that is because you took like the past lives, and she's been with you through all of them. So
Yeah. How much past lives did I give this dude anyway? Oh, only 2. I thought I gave him more. Oh, that's because I changed it out for node. Never mind. Anyway, why did I need to change my sheet on roll 22? Whoops. It seems that he's not exactly. Bentley can tell that Satoshi, he normally doesn't deal with people. He is more comfortable dealing with the dead. If that makes any sense. So he's just kind of like sitting there. It doesn't look like he really has anything else to say. Living people are really not in his purview.
Bentley usually never has his hands out of his pockets. That and when they're not, they're zipped up. And right now he has his bag like pretty pressed up against his backpack, or his back up against his backpack. And he's just kind of closing his eyes. He seems to be meditating. Let me know when we reach station. He'll say it's a station. Or actually, it'll be over the speakers. Forgot about that.
He'll nod. We'll do that.
So, outside of all this, Satoshi, what else did you do? He still has his eyes closed.
I didn't really do much, honestly. I did what I could to help the Wraiths. Or he doesn't know their actual name. Unless, I don't know, he's been working with Wraiths since he was, young. Would they have told him, hey, stop calling us ghosts, we're Wraiths? Or would they have just allowed him to continue calling them ghosts?
Your little ghost buddy is still scared shitless of the Spectre.
Well,
Specters kill and eat them. to gain more power.
Yeah, but I mean, like before, because Satoshi's like his whole job description has been like, I kind of help wraiths move on, and then I loot their houses because they're dead, and that's their payment to me, and that's how I made my money living in Japan.
In Japan, they preferred what's that word? For a recent ancestor. Fuck it. Well, whatever that word is. I know it exists. I've seen it. Basically just respectful. It's just a respectful name for the dead.
I know Yami is the land of the dead. Oh well, I'll just keep calling him Ghost because he's just kind of like this dude's. You might not know my terminology, so I'll just kind of say, I would help out the ghosts with any unfinished business that they might have, and in return, they would tell me where a piece of jewelry is or something, and I would sell that. And that's what I did. I was, I guess, what one could call some sort of. I don't know, it's a joke, and it's in all of the books. That one random guy that spends his life surrounded by the dead, helping them move on and everything. That's basically me.
Sounds like a respectable thing to do. Definitely sounds like quite the life, though. You ever run short of cash?
Several times.
Damn. Well, hopefully we won't have to worry about that too much anymore.
Satoshi, you have this. As you go by this one spot in the subway, this utter horror just flows over you. Like something as ancient as time is watching you and does not like you.
Oh no. Okay, so
I don't get this feeling, right?
I'm thinking about how. You have the feeling of something old like water, and it hates you. Like, literally wants you dead or gone. And it doesn't care which.
He just kind of mumbles under himself. I'm already doomed, pal.
And you pass by this section of subway, and then the feeling goes away.
Let's get back to the library fast. Here, it's just up these stairs to the right.
and let's never go through that section of the subway again.
You felt that too, huh?
He'll nod.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. Actually, no, we should probably talk about that with the masters. Anyway, let's just keep going. So he goes to the library, he talks to the secretary, looks at his notebook one more time, and goes with her with the password.
All right, well, you go in, and the light shines underneath the door.
And he'll open it and let Satoshi and Death on through.
Every time people say death, I'm just thinking, death from Discworld, and then I'm like, that's not the same death. No.
No,
She's so cute.
she doesn't speak in all caps.
She probably has the little squiggly lines at the end of everything, though. I'm talking to Satoshi. Anyway, yeah, he'll go on through, and I guess since like I'm always picturing like when he's walking, Death is just kind of wrapped herself around him, and it's just kind of like kind of like this weird piggyback ride.
Yes.
Yeah, so I guess he'll take her on through the door too. Oh wait, no, we're going into the realm, and I thought that was warded. I don't know.
It
She has
is,
an
but
avatar.
she's your avatar.
Yeah.
That's like one of the few spirit things that, wards can't stop.
Just show up with like her and just be like, "What up, dudes?" Anyway, yeah. And then he'll, when he's through the door, he'll kind of wait patiently for Adam to go through because he's still kind of getting used to this place.
And he'll go on through. And he'll, pretty much the Akashic Temple, if I remember correctly, was pretty much at the front.
Yeah, it is.
Well, there it is. If you don't mind, I'll actually wait out here.
Nods and heads on in then.
He'll wait by a bench if there is one nearby. And he'll just start talking to his phone.
I'm sorry. Say again. Someone came and knocked on my door.
Yes. Adam Bentley is staying out on bench, and Satoshi's heading in to go find Master Zhao.
And he's talking on his phone.
Master Zhao is like training some of the older members of the Brotherhood, and they're doing forms that you kind of understand, but it's like how you learn all these forms and all these moves, and then you take the form out of it. Basically, he's teaching them higher levels of Do.
I'm gonna get there one day. Maybe, if the student stays with the Kashyyyks. Anyway, so he'll just sort of, he'll look, and he'll just wait to be acknowledged, as always.
About 5 minutes go by, and he like releases them to go to their afternoon prayers or whatever they choose to do during their free time. And he walks up. So, Satoshi, how are you doing this day?
I am doing well yourself.
I am doing much better. The whole not dying thing.
Satoshi looks like he really doesn't know if he should say sorry or what. He's just kind of got that look on his face of, once again, it becomes very clear this guy is really not used to dealing with the living. They're so not in his purview. And then he'll say, I had a few questions if you would be willing or able to answer them.
Go ahead. I have free time.
I am followed by a young ghost known as Francis. And
Interesting.
in order to help Francis move on, I have to go through a laundry list of things to do. Something attacked him and his father, but unfortunately, only his father was the one who lived. Do you know anything about why he would have UV lights in his hospital room?
Well, certain vampires are very sensitive to light. Certain other undead, certain spirits from your homeland cannot stand the idea of going out in the light. Though it doesn't have to be UV light, it's just any light. The Navajo have a spirit creature evil thing that I will not name. There is also the Wendigo. He seems to think as he's stroking his chin. What doesn't like the light? A great many of the things outside of time don't like light. Things from the shit, what is that called? My brain just fried itself. Where the abyssal missile system is located on the abyss. So creatures of the abyss are terrified of light.
We at first believe, or at least I believe, it might be a Wendigo. It is known as by a different name in Japan.
Very evil creatures, those. Like to eat the dead. Like to make something dead and then eat it.
No, we were curious if you had any advice on what to do.
Well, they appear to be hermits, if it's that. Though if you're going up in that area, I'd be very careful. The Koga aren't exactly all. They haven't all ceased to be yet.
He nods.
Also beware of the Asian version of vampires. They are much different and much harder to kill.
I will be sure to do that. Do you know of any quick way to get there?
Yes, I have a portal set up.
Oh. Well, that's convenient.
You didn't think that I teleported to Japan whenever I needed something, did you?
To be frank, I'm still trying to figure all of this out. I wasn't sure if you took a plane or what.
Oh no, planes have a nasty habit of crashing. What with the very angry spirit known as Grandfather Thunder having a little bit of a tizzy with me.
Arches an eyebrow.
Let's just say, what is the words that the kids use? I pimp smacked one of his chosen. And told it to leave me alone.
That was not something I ever expected you to say.
I am learning new things. Because I now must.
Once again, he's got the look of, should I say sorry for saving his life?
Master Zal doesn't understand. He was like, but I was supposed to die next month. How am I still alive?
Yeah.
Magic.
Oh boy. Yeah, so he'll say, okay. Do you have any advice or any other advice possibly when it comes to
Fire is always your friend.
okay? Fire.
Shotguns generally tear through dead flesh very well. And if it is just a spirit, I don't know how you'll deal with it, to be quite honest. It may be a bit beyond your capabilities.
Oh, well. I do hope we're able to deal with it then. Is there anything else you suggest?
Well, I can't just send an apprentice there to die, so come with me. I will find you some things. He walks into the temple and draws on one of the walls that's just blank. He draws a yin yang symbol and then pushes on it, and it opens like a door.
I'll just kind of peek in, just be like, "Yo, what's up in there?" Huh?
There's a couple of staffs. There's a set of golden armor with a golden staff next to it. There's a couple of tomes that are wrapped in red silk cloth. A whole bunch of different swords. And he just looks at them. Spirits. And he's eventually going to settle for a staff, and he hands it to you. This can hit things the mortal eye cannot see.
I am not trained with staves, unfortunately. I would not know how to use this very efficiently.
What are you trained with then?
I'm trained in Aikido.
Let's see. How much does he like you? Fuck you. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. So
I you didn't think I was gonna be this bad of a player.
No.
Did you know?
No. So he walks up and he picks up 2 gauntlets and then like shoves them on your arms, and it burns for a second. Then he pulls them off. Then you now got this weird tattoo like on your arms.
I'll just kind of look at his hands and look really confused.
When you spend a point of quintessence, you will activate powers of old time when all men would generally fight without weapons. This will do pattern damage to anything you strike.
He'll just once again have that look of, I'm going to nod, but I really don't know what you said. I'm new.
Alright, so you get hit with a fist. It hurts, but it will not, do too terrible amounts of damage. Whereas if I hit you with a sledgehammer, it will do a lot of damage. If you strike someone with those claws that you can create, or just with your fist, it will do even more damage than a sledgehammer. And it will do it directly to their pattern, directly to their very being. And they should last... It's a D10. No, it's not the D12. It'll last 6 tries. Each one will last a day.
So I will.
I like that Imgur post.
Once. So once I activate it, it will last for a day, and I can only activate this 6 times?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Before you would have to recharge it.
I will remember that. He'll then kind of stop mid-sentence, look really confused, and then kind of, look, a little embarrassed, but then pull out his phone and text Bentley and just be like, so are you going, do you wish to come to Japan with me for all of this?
It takes a good 2 minutes.
He was busy playing Candy Crush.
But you get a text back saying, sure. Why not?
I could show you Mount Fuji. Like I said, it is beautiful this time of year.
Insert innuendo here.
Yeah, it could be fun.
No, that's not what he meant! Sorry.
So, how are we getting there? Question mark.
If you come into the temple, Master Zhao has a portal?
You'll just get, oh, I'll be right there.
Just kind of give a thumbs up emoji. And then he'll look back to Master Zhao and just kind of say, there was a friend who is going to help me with this. So I'm not sure if he would need anything.
Before he goes inside, What does he have? What skills does he have? Because he can't shoot guns. I don't think I gave him firearms. Oh, I did give him firearms. Thank fucking God. Okay, so before he goes inside, he says, "Hey, buddy, you mind helping me out with something? You mind helping me out? Do something back when what we first did back in the day, or the other day?"
Like what? Huh? Where? Why? Little emojis.
He'll get a gif of, what do you call it? What's a good gun?
I know lots of good guns. You're gonna have to be more specific.
He'll say, he generates it, but Grok, can I get back to you on what gun he generates? Because I have to think about it.
Sure, and we're gonna have to call it here because I'm gonna have to plan this out.
Okie dokie.
Gotcha.
Well, thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. And remember, saving an Archmage's life tends to get you nice things.
Yeah.